Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.
Hi guys, it's your girl Gerlinda, and I'm back again today with another video. Today I am going to show you how I do my deviled eggs. Everybody loves my deviled eggs, and they're very simple, but everybody loves them. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do that, and that's what I'm doing today, guys, so join me. The first thing you want to do is bring a dozen eggs to a boil. Depending on how many deviled eggs you want. If I want 24, I'll use 12 and so on and so forth. What I normally do is bring them to a full boil and make sure that the water's boiling completely. And if you're using extra large eggs, of course it's going to take a little longer. So you want to let it boil for maybe a minute or two, and then just shut it off, turn it on off, and just let them set in the water that you boil them in, and let them set until they're cool. And usually I don't have a problem with them peeling easily after I do that. That's how I boil my eggs. I let them boil for 1-2 minutes at a full boil, and then I turn off the eye that it's on and turn off the stove and just let them sit in the water that they boiled in until they cool. And then I rinse them and peel them, and it's pretty easy to peel. I've never had a problem with them peeling. So that's how I boil my eggs. That's a full boil, and so now I'm gonna turn off the eye and just let them sit there. Just let them sit and get cool and cool off in the water. You may see there's not 12 eggs in here. I made deviled eggs for 4th of July, and I recorded it, but I didn't show you guys how I boil my eggs. So I decided I'd go ahead and boil some and show you guys how I do it. Okay guys, so I'm gonna show you the eggs now that they're just steeping in the hot water that they boiled in. So what I want to do is I usually just let them cool in the pot, and just when they're cool I'll peel them at that point. But for video purposes today, I'm just gonna take them out, rinse them in cold water, and peel them for you guys. Like I said, on 4th of July, I made like 24 deviled eggs, and I made a video, but I didn't show you guys how I boiled my eggs, so I wanted to show you guys that. So I'm adding my how to boil eggs in with this video. So what I like to do, see, today for video purposes, I just boiled 2 eggs because I don't need any boiled eggs right now. I got a couple in the refrigerator, a few in the refrigerator. Like I said, I like to have them on hand, like for salads and, just for a snack. So I just boiled 2 just to show you guys what I do. So what I done is pour the water out, and then I'm gonna add cold water to the pot, and I'll show you guys that. And I just show you. And I just added cold water to the pot, and so I just kind of let them swim around in the cold water for a little bit to cool off. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll put ice in, and that also helps cool it down quicker. So once I'm gonna peel them and show you how I peel them. Okay, this is how I peel them. I let them roll around in some cold water for a little bit, and I just crack them on a board. And sometimes if the shell is tight, sometimes the shell is a little tight on the egg, And I like to run it under cold water when it does that. But these seem to be pretty loose, so I'll just peel it over the pot. And the water's still in the pot. The cold water that I have is still in the pot. And sometimes you want to get, what you want to do is get water in between that membrane that holds the egg together. If you can see that little bit of like a thin membrane or skin that holds the shell together, if you get water beneath that, it makes it so much easier to peel. And then the shell just comes right off, and you have a perfect peeled egg. So that's one. I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one. And again, just, I don't like to do it on something that's real sharp because you're gonna dent your egg if you do that. So yeah, I don't like to do it on something too sharp. I like to do it on something flat so that you don't get dimples in your egg and you come out with a dimply egg. So I don't like that. So, and yeah, just always remember to try and get, like after you've cracked the egg and it's cracked like this, you want to try and get some water underneath that crack, those cracks. You want to get some water under there, and that will separate the egg from the membrane, and you're able to peel the egg without without putting bruises in it or gashes in it. It makes it a lot easier to peel. Now some eggs, even though you try to do it that way, still too tight onto the egg, and it ends up peeling some of your egg white with it, and it kind of it's not very attractive. But this one's kind of trying to do that. So just know that happens sometimes. And I think the smaller eggs, I don't know why it does that. It just, I've only had it happen when it's a smaller egg. Like the bigger eggs seem to peel just fine. But for the most part, this one's doing okay, but still got a few gashes in it. But we'll make it work. If you're making deviled eggs, they're gonna be bottomed down anyway, and you won't be able to see that once you cut it in half. But I prefer this. Is a perfectly peeled egg, no dents, no dimples, perfect. So that's what your goal, that's what you're aiming for. So yeah, that's how I boil and peel my eggs. You guys didn't think I was gonna let these eggs go to waste, did you? I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper. I'm gonna put a little pepper right here on the cutting board. A little pepper, and I have a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. I'm gonna sprinkle it with that, and I'm gonna have a little egg snack. Again, eggs they're really high in protein, and they're a really good snack, especially if you're trying to build muscle. If you're working out and you're trying to build muscle, egg is a really good snack. Very good. Okay, once the eggs have boiled and you've cracked them and peeled them, now slice them in half. And I like to take the yolk with a teaspoon and just kind of peel the yolk out of the egg half. And I just do that into a bowl. And I just do it until I'm done with all the eggs. Just repeat, taking the yolk out of the whites. I've been making deviled eggs since I was a little girl. And
I make mine pretty simple. You can get pretty elaborate with them, but I like mine pretty simple. And that helps to get it a little smoother. So after I've done that, and I also take a fork and just mash the egg whites with the fork, the tines on the fork, and that just helps get a smoother filling. Okay, once I get to this point, I like to add in my other ingredients. I've mashed it to a crumble and just want to make sure you get all of the bigger lumps and before you add the other ingredients. So the next ingredient is Miracle Whip, and I'm just going to use a regular tablespoon, and actually I'm going to use 2 tablespoons for 12 eggs or 12 egg yolks. Stir with a spoon until mixed well and smooth. Be careful not to put too much Miracle Whip because you don't want a runny filling. You guys know I like things spicy, so I'm going to add a few pickled jalapeno to it. I'm going to chop them up small and add them to the filling. I prefer a super fine mince on anything that I'm going to add to the filling. You don't want big pieces. and stir that in well. Here it's just a little thicker than what I like, so I'm just going to add a little bit more mayo, just a tad bit more. And I'm going to stir that in until everything is combined. Okay, so next I'm going to put in a little sweet pickle relish. I sometimes add in pimento, but this relish has a little bit of pimento in it. And when I made my potato salad, I used pimento in it, so I didn't want to, when I made this on the 4th of July, I didn't want to have it taste so much like the potato salad. So I didn't add it this time. Okay, so I stir that in until combined. And you guys, you can add just whatever you kind of think you might like in this. I sometimes use olives, green olives in it. Um, Sometimes I um, put a little bit of onion in it. I didn't want onion this time, but sometimes if I do use onion, I mince it very fine. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small teaspoon and just fill my egg whites. And sometimes, I mean, you can get really fancy with it if you want to fill a piping bag and pipe the filling in. It makes for a prettier presentation. But right now, I know we're just going to eat them, so it's not going to be. It doesn't need to be um, special or anything. So I'm just using a teaspoon. This little container that I'm using is just a container I found at the Dollar General, and I've had it for years, and I actually had two, but I think I may have taken deviled eggs to someone's dinner or something, and I didn't get it back. You guys, anybody that's watching this video, if you have my egg container, let me know because I could use it. But I mean, they have them there all the time. I'll just have to find another one. I've seen them in different colors and everything, so I just need to get a few more. And guys, you know what? I will make deviled eggs for any occasion. We do them a lot for like barbecues and like summertime dinners or summertime cookouts or something. But I like them anytime, so I will make them on any occasion. So easy, they're inexpensive, and they're great to take to a dinner or a potluck or any dinner that you've been invited to. Guys, it's kind of an art form to be able to have just the right amount of filling for the egg whites that you have. That's kind of rare to be able to have that happen, but I've done it for so many years, I guess I can just eyeball it. Once I'm done, I just sprinkle with a little bit of paprika and a little bit of parsley, and that's it. You guys, this is funny that this container has enough slots for 15 half eggs or 15 deviled eggs. And when I cooked the eggs, I cooked 6, so I had 12 deviled eggs. So there's 3 slots missing, and it's kind of just not even, and it's weird. Okay, there you have it. Those are my deviled eggs. Pretty simple.
Okay, guys, that's it for today. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go down, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit your notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a video. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.